Hi, how are you? Hot weather, like, it's been like a very jam day, busy day, and hectic. And also, like, it's a lot of, high temperature. So, wish you had a good day. Our class today is like number 23, continuing unit 6, and the reading skill, the listening skill, because we listened in last class to a topic or to two people speaking about, advertising and using body parts to advertise, including face, forehead, head, eyelids, which is, the weirdest thing, and what was, yeah, girls or teenagers, thighs, feet, whatever. Okay, so we did one, as I remember, I did only one exercise, and I told you to listen again in order to do the other exercises, because you need to listen. It was a long listening, and yeah, today, after like we continue the listening section, the question, the answers of the questions, we're to move to reading, which is going to be about, it's two parts of reading, two texts, but I'm not gonna read them, okay, because they are long. I think you know how to read, and I'm just going to explain a little bit about this and this, the two texts, and answer the questions, okay? Because if I read them for you, like, well, you can read them. They are nice and exciting and about people you all know, okay? Since we're talking about media, advertising, hitting the big time, the big success, okay? So yeah, this is what we are going to do for today's session. I hope that you remember all the tips I told you about listening, about listening and writing details. Also, the tips I told you about writing new vocabulary and having your own dictionary. Also about re-listening and improving your listening skill, because to most students it's the most it's the first obstacle, let me say, or difficulty they face when it comes to learning a new language or learning English. What else? Yeah, this is what I wanted to start my speech with, or my class. Let's move to the listening section and answer the questions. Okay, I think it was question number 2. They already told us to listen again and answer the questions, because they gave us figures and numbers, and what do these numbers refer to? Okay, let's check the PDF and read each number and what it refers to. As you can see, listen again, and what do these numbers refer to? The numbers are 250 and 3,000, 7%, 50,000 euros, I think, yes, 100 euro, 50%, $320, 6,000 and 1,000. What are these numbers? If you listen, you must catch these numbers, okay, or after listening. First, you write down the numbers and then you listen. After the listening, you have to, or while listening, it's much better to write what they refer to while listening, okay? Let me start with 200 to 3,000, 250 to 3,000. It's the estimated number of adverts, okay, that people are exposed to every day, okay? It's the number of adverts that people are exposed to every day. The second one is 7%. Yeah, 7% refers to the percentage of smartphone users who said they actually buy something as a result of seeing the advertisement. Okay, and 50,000 euros is the amount of Ross, Harper, and Ed raised from their body advertising. Okay, you remember the two students who paid their loans, okay, using their bodies to advertise? Yeah, it was the number of money, or the amount of money they raised from this job. 100 is the amount that the people who got the job were paid, okay? And 50% is the percentage of smartphone users who said they don't notice the ads on their phones, okay? So 50% is the number of people who don't notice the advertisements on their phones. $320 is the price per day of using one of the bold man's hats for your company logo. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, 320. Okay. You need to be bold first, okay? And for men, it's easy to be bold. Okay. 6,000 is the number of people who applied for the job to have their eyelids temporarily tattooed. Can you imagine? It's 6,000 people. 1,000 is the number of items that people who got the job had to wink at strangers. Okay, it's the number of items that you can imagine that it's the product logo or the company's logo tattooed on your eyelid, and you have to wink at strangers all the time, which is so weird. Okay. Yeah, what do you think? What do you think about body advertising? Are you, let me say, do you like it? Do you, let me say, feel it's strange? Do you dislike it? Do you approve of it? Or, it's up to you to tell me the opinion. Is it a good idea or a step too far, which is strange or weird or too much or exaggerated? Why are people becoming more immune to advertising? Because of the amount of advertisements we have every day, including all kinds of media, related to TV, to radio, to internet. Okay, you have to check the internet to know how much, what I'm talking about. And you all know, I think. No, I'm sure that you all know this. Are you influenced by advertising? It depends if you get easily influenced. If you see an advertisement of a product, would you go and buy it or not? It depends on how much effective the advertisement is and how much you need this product. What have you bought as a direct result of it? It could be different items, actually. It's could be anything. It could be related to technology, to household appliances, or things you need for furniture or personal uses, or different things. Okay. Yeah, it's up. This can be good to discuss. But yeah, you can have loads of ideas here. Okay. See the pictures. I think we talked about this last class. We don't have to waste more time. Find an advertisement from a newspaper or magazine that appeals to you, means you found it nice, and bring it to class. Okay, wherever. Let's go. Okay, it could be about cars if you're interested in cars. It's about dog food, a restaurant in town, washing up liquid. Coffee, kind of coffee, bank for students. Yeah, okay, we have different ideas to talk about here. Okay, good. Let's move to reading and speaking. Reading and speaking. Check this. 2 famous brands, Apple and Starbucks. Okay, let's read the introduction about Apple and the introduction about Starbucks. Okay, you might get an idea, some kind of information. But guys, while you are watching the video, please don't listen to the answers before you read. Okay, what I mean is, when I want to answer the questions, before I answer them, stop the video. Go for your PDF, read the 2 texts about Apple and Starbucks, and then replay the video and listen to the answers of the questions. Okay, this is really important, because if I answer the questions and you're listening to the answers without reading, it's gonna be like, you know, so strange, and you will not understand it. It's gonna be like a puzzle. Okay. So let's read the introduction. Mac or PC, for many home computers have become synonymous with Windows and Bill Gates, but there has always been a loyal band of Apple users whose devotion to the brand and its co-founder, the late Steve Jobs, is almost religious. I mean, the devotion is religious. Okay. The second introduction about Starbucks. Anyone for coffee? What about skinny latte, perhaps iced caramel, and we have macchiato and mocha, cookie, crumble, yummy things, okay? Related to coffee and all made of coffee. These are just a few of many specialty coffees or on offer at Starbucks, and the world's leading coffee roaster and retailer, which is wow. I think you're familiar to this. You know this because most of you have tried this or went to one of the stores of Starbucks. If I want to continue this, like the PDF, I wanted to check here. Okay, this is also like about Apple. Other companies don't care about design. We think it's vitally important. The late Steve Jobs. This is Steve Jobs. You all know the man, right? And here about Starbucks, 17,000 stores in 58 countries. It's a wow number, okay? This is a really huge number of stores, you know, worldwide. And now let's move to, yeah, here we have vocabulary work and answers the questions. No, I'm not gonna go for this. Let's go for the questions. Look, guys, okay. Question number 1. What do you know about these brands? You know that they are pioneers, they are number 1, they are very famous worldwide, they are, you know about coffee shops, let me say, kind of coffee shop, but you know, when I say like a kind of coffee shop, I feel like I'm humiliating, okay? I don't know why, but it's, you know, because Starbucks is a brand. Also about Apple. Then, what is their reputation? I already mentioned, like pioneers, success, and huge success. Are they popular among your friends and family? For sure. Who are their rivals? Rivals means like the people who compete with them or the other companies. Like, you know, Apple is competing with who? Or what other company? And Starbucks, who is the, you know, in the market. So we already talked about this. Let's move to the questions. The questions from 1 to 8 about the, you know, the 2 texts. What I mean by this, in number 1, when and where did the company begin? So I'm asking this question, first we'll go for Apple and then for Starbucks. So when I'm going to answer the questions, I'm going to answer all of them about Apple, and then I'm going to answer all of them about Starbucks, okay? But guys, I have something to mention here. Please, again and again, stop the video, read the text, and re-listen to the answers after you read the text. Do not listen to the answers before you read the text, okay? Let's start by number 1. Read your article and answer the questions. When and where did the company begin? Now, all my answers are about Apple. So it started in Silicon Valley, California in 1976. Okay? Who founded it? It's Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. Yeah. Where did the name of the company come from? It's, okay, it's Jobs' favorite fruit, apple. Okay, nice. Okay. Number 3 mentioned it. Okay, number 4, why did the brand become a success? Okay, it introduced the public to point and click graphics and was the first home computers to be user-friendly or user-friendly, okay? Has the company's progress always been easy? No, Why? Because Jobs argued, bitterly with his co-founder or not co-worker, the other owner. And then Jobs was forced to resign after a very huge struggle. And by 1996, Apple was in trouble due to the dominance of Windows software and the increasing number of Mac clones using Windows. Okay. Later, like it, so he struggled so much, and they have a lot of difficulties, to get the progress and the success. Number 6, what makes the brand special? The attention to design. Okay, they paid a lot of attention to design. Design was their first, or it was their, let me say, golden, egg, if you want. Cool styles and the range of products that network easily. Okay. And then 7, what features of the product or company do people see as negative? Their computers. Okay, regarding to Apple, we all know that it's so expensive. It's too expensive and costs more than most PCs and PCs like personal computer. And they have, limited range of software available. Okay, that was the difficulties or something negative about the products. Number 8, what are some examples of the company's products? Okay, the Apple Macintosh, also the iMac, the iPod, iPhone, iPad, iCloud data and storage. Okay, like these are kinds of the products. Now we will answer the same questions but about Starbucks. Okay. Starbucks was, when and where did the company begin? They began in Seattle in 1971. Who founded it? Okay, Baldwin, Siegel, and Boker. Where did the name of the company or of the stores come from? A character in the novel, okay, which is like Moby Dick. It was a character, okay? Number 4, why did the brand become a success? Because the owner's determinations to provide the best quality of coffee. Like, they cared a lot about the taste and the quality of the coffee served. Has the company's progress always been easy? No. Also, it wasn't easy. Why? Because the 3 founder numbers weren't keen to take, let me say, on Howard. Okay. So branding experts criticized the change of the company logo. Okay, they criticized this. Also, there had been fierce competition from other coffee chains, and the recession has made Starbucks close 900 of its stores. So out of 17,000, they closed about 900 stores. So Starbucks UK came under security over scrutiny over how much like tax it pays, and also some people pickpocketed the chain, and so they had a lot of difficulties. You can read back and or reread this and mention all of them, but it's too long. Okay. Number 6, what makes the brand special? It's blend of commercialism and comfy sofas. Okay, something like this. 7, what features of the product or company do people see as negative? The size of the company, because it's anti-globalization, protesters feel. Okay. And also the corporations put independent companies out of business. What are some examples of the company's product? Okay, as we said, like iced caramel, macchiato, mocha, and skinny latte, cookies, cookie crumble, and refreshers. We have a lot of products that they are good and nice to taste. Okay, guys. Now let's move to, here are 8 answers. Decide which 4 are about your article, then write the question. So we have the answer, we need to write the question, okay? Related to, again, the question is about first Apple and the second about Starbucks. In Silicon Valley, so where did Apple begin? Or where was Apple founded? Both of them are correct. About, okay. About, okay. Also like, about 900, when, let me say, how many Starbucks stores has to close after recession? About like 900, okay? We have here $13 billion. $13 billion is about Starbucks. How much is Starbucks worth? 13 billion only dollars. Next we have in 1997, which is about Apple. When was iMac launched? Then, when and launched. Okay, we have hints here. 10 years, how long take? Okay, it's about Starbucks. How long did it take, okay, to open 150 new stores and by the company? Okay. Next we have, because he argued with his partner, why resigned? Okay. How? Also, I can say how, but why? Okay, why did Wozniak resign? Yeah, why did he resign? Because he argued with his partner. Because they cannot compete. They cannot compete. And here, why do small independent companies go out of business? Because they cannot compete. Next, or the last one, by selling some of their positions. It's okay. How? Yeah. How did Jobs and Wozniak raise the capital to start Apple? By selling some of their positions. That was one of the difficulties. Okay, to start. And yeah, that was everything about these texts. Okay, related to Starbucks and Apple. Okay. Like, by the way, it's very enriching. You need to read it. Okay. Vocabulary work. Find adverbs ending in ly in the text that have these meanings. We have related to Apple and to Starbucks. Okay, let's start. For Apple, slowly over long period of time, which is gradually. In an essential way, it's vitally. Doing something when you really don't want to, it's like reluctantly. In a way that produces a successful result, which is effectively and really genuinely, which is truly, and in a way that shows feelings and of sadness and or anger. It's like bitterly, bitterly. Okay, so this is when you argue with someone bitterly. That means like there's, or it goes a lot of sadness, a lot of anger and sorrows. For Starbucks, in the beginning, before a change, it means like originally, at great speed, like rapidly. After a long time, especially after a delay, which is eventually, at the present time, which is currently, at the beginning, initially, and with strong feeling and enthusiasm, passionately. Okay? Yes. What do you think? What arguments do the anti-globalization protesters make against Starbucks and other multinational corporations? Do you agree? And what sort of technology do you regularly use? What are your favorite websites and apps? Speaking about the first question, we can say like multinationals put small businesses companies out of business. They go into poorer countries and undermine local businesses, and also they exploit cheap labor and don't always respect workers' rights. They have too much influence with governments. They affect and change consumer habits in other cultures, and so undermine the culture. Also, like, they are not always environmentally friendly. They don't always pay fair rates or tax in the countries where they make money. Okay, and we have many different reasons to talk about that. And related to the number or speaking about number 2, it's up to you. What kind of technology or what sort of technology do you regularly use? Like, we all like using laptops, smartphones, whatever. What are your favorite website and apps? This is up to you to answer. Okay, guys? Yeah, that was everything about today's class. Again and again, please read before you listen to the answers. It's very enriching. It has lots of and a big amount of words. You need to learn them. What else I wanted to say? Yeah, that was everything. Thank you very much. See you next class with our last session in Unit 6 and last session in our course. Wish you all the best. Wish you all the success you deserve and you need in your life, and all your dreams come true. Thank you very much. See you next class. Goodbye.